Weird News Wednesdays when you're looking for some weird news.
Hello and welcome to Weird News Wednesdays. I'm your host, Melly Kazel, and today we have some very exciting coverage of the Greenville, South Carolina Scottish Games. Now let's get into some weird news. The Games were a celebration of Scottish and Irish culture, which included eating traditional foods.
Hi, my name is Becky. And the unexpected winner for most popular food of the festival was a delectable combination of sheep organs called haggis.
Guess there's no accounting for taste buds. The Games also featured a collection of events including the Border Collie demonstrations, in which these dogs showcased their intelligence by herding various animals. This had many parents in the audience wondering, do you think I could borrow one of those dogs to get my kids back to the car? Now, we sent Becky and the cameraman to cover this event in person and get some exclusive interviews, which include an interview with the man who trains the Border Collies and runs the demonstrations. Let's cut to that footage right now.
Okay, you gotta zoom out and get the whole outfit. Hello, I'm coming to you live from the Scottish Games. I am here to cover the Border Collie demonstration, and it looks so very incredibly exciting. I love dogs.
You know, if this dog did not tell us where to go all the time, I think we might just fall over.
What is one of your funniest memories working with these dogs?
Well, I've had quite a few of them, and I can't tell you which one is the funniest, but all of them are peculiar and things like that. We were up in next to Knoxville, Tennessee, doing a show up there one day, and a black snake got in my trailer, and one of my dogs went in and got it and brought it out. I have never seen the crowd disperse as quick as they did when she come through there with that black snake wrapped around her neck and things. And they thought I had done it on purpose. I hadn't. It was trying to get my ducks out of it. I had ducks in the trailer, and I assume that's what they was in there for. But the crowd, it was unreal. I mean, some women never stopped running. They shook off and never stopped. And I reckon you heard one of my whistles on one of my dogs was a wolf whistle that the people whistle at women, you know what I'm saying? And my dog had gone down in the crowd to get the sheep that had got away from me into the crowd. And this very attractive young lady had gone to one of the outhouses down there. And as she came out, I had told Lucy to go to her left with the wolf whistle. That's what she works off of. And she come out and she was smiling just big. And she noticed I was working the dog on that whistle instead. And she was smiling. She just went to nothing almost when she come out of there.
Oh my
And I went down and apologized to her. And I told her what was going on.
Do you ever wonder what's going through your dog's minds when they're out there chasing the animals? Like, do you have any thoughts as to what they might be thinking?
I can honestly say I can say what most of them are thinking. How do I get out and get beyond the sheep without disturbing them, and picking them up and bring them back to my owner or handler, if you want to call it that. They're a dedicated dog. They love people. They love to be worked and stuff like that. So it's just one of the things they're so faithful to you too. They work for you and do everything you ask them to do or try to do it anyway.
So, what would you say is your favorite part of training them? And then what would you say is the most difficult part?
Okay, the most favorable thing is training a puppy because he knows the only thing he knows is natural instinct. And that's one of the things you're looking for is their natural instinct to see if they got it in them to work for you and everything. Because you spend hours and hours. Say I spend several $1,000s to sell one. I probably make about 25 cents an hour. I mean, that's so much time you put into it. You got to love it. You got to enjoy it. Or there's no sense trying to do it. So that's one of the things and so the dog is thinking about how good he can please me. Once they figure out what you're trying to get them to do, and I don't know whether you notice, the dog would move, bringing the sheep to me, would move back and forth from left to right, and to make the sheep come straight to me.
And thank you again to Bill Coburn for being such a wonderful guest on Weird News Wednesdays.
And the coverage doesn't end there. The games featured an event called the Caber Toss, in which kilted Scotsmen throw giant logs. And no, that's not a euphemism. The kilts stay down while the logs are flying. Let's cut to footage of that event right now. That's just a video from when the two of you were trapped on a deserted island.
Wow! How'd that get in there? Ew.
Becky, where is the rest of the coverage?
Well, you see, you chose to send us to the Border Collie demonstrations first.
Mm-hmm.
And we both love dogs.
Did both of you spend the entire Scottish Games hanging out with the dogs?
Hey, before you get mad, okay? Becky and I just went through an ordeal, and we needed some dog time.
All right, well, in that case, we don't have any footage of it, but the Scottish Games concluded with a Celtic jam featuring bands that show the world that bagpiping is weirdly hot. This has been Weird News Wednesdays. I'm your host, Melly Kazel. Good afternoon and goodbye.
Weird News Wednesdays, when you're looking for some weird news.
I just wanted to say that if you want to support your local border collies, you can do so by giving a treat or a pet all day, every day. I'm waiting.